What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Alright, check it out, man. This guy, Demetrius Andrade, he's a wild character, man. I'm going to tell you that. And check it out. We're going to listen to Demetrius Andrade pretty much expose himself. This guy he's a wild guy, man. Let's listen up to old Andrade.
Canelo. He had a good performance. Colin Smith really didn't do anything in my eyes to come to win. I don't know what it is, but he can't be known as one of the best as far as Colin Smith because he didn't show he was one of the best that night. But that's kind of Canelo's blueprint. Fight the guys that have belt sets. An easy win, easy target, should I say?
Okay, so that's Canelo's blueprint to fight the guys that's an easy target. So my thing is, who are you fighting, Andre? If that's Canelo's blueprint, then what exactly is your blueprint? Because, bruh, you haven't fought guys with half the level of the talent that Canelo Alvarez have faced. But, just the things this guy says. But let's listen. Let's listen forward because he has more.
It just sounds like an excuse to me. Rocky Fielding's more excited than me. Colin Smith is more excited than me. Hey, toodles to them. But that just sounds like an excuse to me that he doesn't want to get in there with somebody that's a threat, a real threat. Somebody knows how to fight, that has a will, and has a dog inside me, and it's not going to be a walk in the park.
So, because Canelo alerts him to the fact that, you're not an exciting fighter, that's an excuse not to get in the ring with you. Bro, do you understand the level of excitement sells? And you don't sell. That's why you don't sell, Demetrius Andrade. And that's basically what he's saying. But that's definitely not an excuse to not get in the ring with you. But, let's keep it moving.
Is that a sort of a priority for you to do a unification fight against Triple G? Or is it more leaning towards going to super middle?
Listen, honestly, I don't know what's going on. My path is to go fight Billy Joe Saunders at the 168 pounds. That is for the WBO super middleweight champion title. I am the middleweight champion. We're both in the same organization as far as the WBO, and it's an easier fight to be made. As far as this whole Triple G thing, you can say everybody wants to see me fight somebody. So I don't know really what's going on because at the end of the day, everybody and myself is targeting and wants to see the Billy Joe fight. All of a sudden, Eddie Hearns is out there saying Triple G. Yeah, that's cool, but that's not brewing up. That's not real.
I don't know what's going on. So you don't know what's going on. So clearly he doesn't run his career. But I know I've heard Demetrius Andrade say, well, if these guys wanted to happen, they could make it happen. Well, you don't even know what's going on with your situation. And then he said the Triple G match is not real. He said he wants to go fight Billy Joe Saunders. Well, utilize your WBO exclusion, Demetrius Andrade, and demand a fight with Billy Joe if that's what you really want. But he just admitted to us. He doesn't know what's going on. Doesn't have a clue. Yes, he doesn't know what's going on with his situation. That's what he says.
Yeah, I'm ready to get in there, iron. And then I'm going to need a little break, of course, you know what I'm saying? I can't keep fighting iron, top iron. But that is a path and a route, something that I visualize and something that, I've been putting out there. And
is this guy serious? Iron. Demetrius Andrade, you fighting wood and cardboard, man. You're not fighting no iron. You you fought Iron your whole damn career. Said I can't keep it fighting iron and iron. Wow, priceless. This guy. Let's keep going.
Not the way I would cause Canelo a problem. So, the zone matching, you guys want to have an opportunity to actually beat Canelo? You guys want to actually have an opportunity to beat Canelo, or you want to keep giving Canelo just no disrespect to the Brits out there, but the guys that he's been fighting has been like the soft ones. He ain't been fighting no real killer Brits. You know what I'm saying? This, Billy Joe, he's not strong.
Wow. So let me get this straight. You got something to say about all of Canelo's opponents, but I'm so curious, man. What about your opponents? And I look at Callum Smith, the guy you just said didn't come in there, and he tried. He just couldn't. And you're going to find out if you get that chance. But he tried. He couldn't get it done. But I think Callum Smith beats everyone you face, Demetrius Andrade. I think I would pick Callum Smith comfortably over everyone that you faced in the ring, sir. Everyone. This guy. Can you believe this guy? Let's continue.
You have Triple G talk about he wants to fight Munguia. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, just because Eddie Hearn says, whatever, doesn't mean that it's going to happen at this moment in time. I'm getting bigger. I want to fight Billy Joe Saunders. That's an easy fight to be made. And that puts me back in the category of the, fighting Canelo or whoever else is at the middleweight division. But fighting Billy Joe Saunders is a stepping stone too. Okay, now we can demand a Triple G fight if that's really what it is. Now we can demand the Canelo fight.
So let me get this straight. Billy Joe Saunders now is a stepping stone. And now you can demand. Oh boy. This guy Demetrius Andrade. Yeah, you are boring. Just like Canelo said. You're boring, man. You're not exciting. But Billy Joe Saunders is a stepping stone. Really, man? He's looking at you like the stepping stone, the tune-up. Boy, I hope that he makes this fight happen. I really do hope, Demetrius Andrade, but let's continue to listen, because this is getting really interesting here. Really interesting.
No, I mean, we're not at that point yet. We're getting to talk to the WBO pretty soon because we need to, make decisions and figure out which is the proper route to go. In my case, yeah, I mean, why not fight Billy Joe at 168 pounds, hold my belt at 160, and then go make the unification bout with Triple G? Why am I just going to give up a belt not knowing what's in the future? I'm not going to I want to move up. I feel like I'm getting bigger. So, making 160 might be difficult in the future for the longevity of it. Or just move up now and hold down the 168 pounds. If a Canelo, if a Charlo or a Triple G or one of the really top guys in the 160 pound division really want to unify the belts, then it's like, okay, that's worthwhile for me to go down there and make that weight.
Okay. See, now Andre all over the place here. First, you're comfortable with going up to fight Billy Joe. Go as far as to say he a tune-up. And
why not just
now
follow suit?
You don't want to drop your belt. Really? So, first you're good with fighting him. But now you don't want to get rid of your belt. See? You hang on to that belt just in case you lose. Then you got something to fall back on. But if it's no thought of losing, why worry about the belt? And you said yourself, Andre, you didn't really care about the belts. See how the truth always comes to light? Well, let's keep listening.
Why not just, follow suit when it comes to it? Because we all started at 154 pounds. Now we're all ended up at 168 pounds. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we're all in the same sort of age bracket and weight bracket. So there's no reason why these fights can't happen at any of these weights.
Mm-hmm.
So if Triple G wants to fight, come on up to 68. Charlo wants to fight, come on up to 68. There shouldn't be no. Listen, Canelo been doing catch weights for years. You know what I'm saying? Never for 154. Catch weights here, catch weights there. So at the end of the day, that stuff can be done. A fight can be made. Forget a belt at that point.
So now it's back to forget about. You see the contradiction, people? See, this is the thing. It's forget about at that point, but not forget your belt, because you don't want to use that WBO exclusion to go fight a tune-up in Billy Joe Saunders. And you say that you don't care about Canelo that much, but that's the name you done mentioned most thus far. Canelo, Canelo, Canelo. And when you talk about beating Billy Joe Saunders, the first thing you're saying is Canelo. You're not being real clear here, Demetrius Andrade. But let's keep listening.
You know, if it's Charlo, if it's whoever else is out there, you know, yeah, Triple G's is a little more popular, or is a little more, you know, catapult than Billy Joe. If I go and fight Triple G and I beat him, the praise is a little more higher than Billy Joe. But Billy Joe is a step to that, so it's more of a demand. We all know Triple G is not raising his hands to fight Demetrius Andrade, so I don't really know why is this, you know, being even talked about, when realistically the fight that should be made, that everybody want to see, is meeting Billy Joe Saunders. And plus, with this pandemic thing going on, I don't even know if, you know, like the UK is actually allowing people in. So, I mean, out, whatever the situation is, ain't nobody going to want to pay to have my mandatory Liam Williams fly all the way to the United States to fight me to do what? When you bring a fight like Billy Joe in, and then we're doing real numbers, we're giving boxing what they want, the entertaining the sport, and also two fighters that are undefeated, that are good, that are one of the elite fighters out there that they both recognize as. Then we got ourselves a match. Then we got ourselves something to talk about.
Oh man, I mean, this guy here. It's almost as if he feels like, he really genuinely feels like he's that guy. Like he doesn't have to work up the ladder. Liam Smith, don't nobody want to see Liam Smith. Andre, don't nobody want to see you. Besides Demetrius Andrade fans, and it's very few. Slim pickings, buddy. Man, it's just amazing to me how he just dismiss everyone, dismiss all Canelo's opponents. But let's continue to listen. This guy's quite a character.
But yo, fuck Canelo. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, who cares what he does? Let him go do what the fuck he wants to do. Leave him alone. Let him go. Billy Joe, yo, you want to make this fight happen? Let's make this fight happen. You can fight Canelo later. Canelo can wait, finally. You can have Canelo waiting for us. We're going to fight. We're going to be, if that's what he's looking for, it's going to be there regardless of if it's in May or September or whenever it is.
Okay, so now in 2021 is fuck Canelo. And see, once again, this shows you the imbalance, the dishonesty. He's saying this out of his mouth, but look how many times he's been saying Canelo, 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 Canelo. This is probably the 8th or 9th time we stopped, and this here is the first time. Fuck Canelo now, right? Bro, the whole point to what you was just saying, a lot of what you was just explaining was a path to Canelo. You said your path, and then you kept ending your path with a Canelo fight, but now it's fuck Canelo. And if it's fuck Canelo, why hasn't it been fuck Canelo your whole career, Andre? Because that's pretty much all you've been calling for. But I digress. Let's continue.
It's good that he is hopefully not just blowing smoke up the people or up the people's ass saying, oh yeah, I'm ready to fight Demetrius. I'm completely confident I can knock. Well, sign the document and let's fight. Like let's make this shit happen. Tell Eddie, tell Matthew, tell the zone, like, yeah, I don't want to fight anybody but Demetrius Andrade. We go to the WBO and the WBO allows me to come on up and fight you with no problems. Let's just make it happen. Everybody win. It's a win-win situation for every single person.
Okay, if the WBO allows you, how about you exercise your WBO exclusion and force Billy Joe into that fight? See, and then Demetrius Andrade fans, like, do you really want that fight, Demetrius Andrade? Because you keep talking about Canelo. So we know that you want that prize. Canelo wants all of those belts at 168. So do you really want that fight? You're talking contracts, you're talking this nonsense. You're talking about what the zone does to you, what Hearn do to you. You blaming everybody else but Demetrius Andrade. But we know that there's a lot of situations that you turn down again. And you're not pulling the wool over my eyes. Let's continue to listen to this guy.
The people that at 168 weight class right now, I mean, listen, you got David Benavidez. You know, I think he's a big. I haven't seen him in person ever, but he seems like he's a big guy. He has a good offense. His defense is, not that great, but you can't have it all unless you're Demetrius Andrade. But David Benavidez, I think, is one of the biggest threats out there. You got Caleb Plant also. Those are the guys.
So David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, those are the guys at 168 that could beat Canelo. Not BJS. You didn't even mention BJS. Those are the guys. David Benavidez, a guy who cannot even keep himself disciplined. That's the guy that's going to beat Canelo. You don't mention BJS, the guy that you're talking about fighting. So once again, you believe you can beat Canelo. David Benavidez, Caleb Plant could beat Canelo, but you don't even mention the guy that you're supposed to be fighting, which is Billy Joe Saunders. So again, no respect for Billy Joe Saunders. You're feeling like you can just beat him. Implement the WBO exclusion. Andre?
Yeah, I mean, my team has definitely spoken to the promoter numerous times, and we keep getting the patient, thank you for being patient, and just stuff that that they're trying to do behind the scenes. I don't really know all the details. Sometimes it's like I don't understand why things are being hidden or secret. But all I know is if Billy Joe really wants to fight, I really want to fight. Let's just make the fight happen, because at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, I'm just saying, win, lose, or draw, that fight is going to help either one of us move to the top and get what we really want to get. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I don't understand. There's nobody else that's going to be able to do that. And we're showing the zone, Matchroom, that they're putting the fights that need to be put together. Real fights. People want to start seeing real fights now. Now it's time for the real fights to happen. Not sit back and have us fight mandatories, valedictorians, all these other people.
It's funny. It's funny to me how he says that's going to help us get to the top to get what we want to get. You know what the funny thing is about that is that Billy Joe Saunders, as far as I'm concerned, already has what he wants to get. Demetrius Andrade, it's you that needs to get something. See, Billy Joe Saunders is already in line to get what he wants to get, the Canelo fight. You, sir, aren't in line to do anything. You can't get GGG. Charlo's ducking you. We know that. For whatever reason, whether it be or whatever, we know that. So you can't get what you want to get. Maybe you could get a fight with Murata. Not sure if you could win that. No, honestly, I might pick you to win to beat Murata. But still, maybe that's it. And then where do you go from there? Because again, GGG, like you said, not raising his hand to fight you. Charlo, we all know, for whether it's PBC reasoning or whatever, he's not going to fight you. So it appears to me that you need BJS for what you want to get, Demetrius Andrade. So you, sir, you need to make something happen with that, Demetrius Andrade. You need to exercise that WBO exclusion, just like Naoya Inoue did to get Nonito Donaire, just like Terrence Crawford did to get Jeff Horn, and just like Alexander Usyk did to put himself in position for Anthony Joshua, which he could have had him for Kubrat Pulev if he didn't decide to step aside. He could have him next if he doesn't decide to step aside. That's what you need to do. And then it'll be no arguments, Demetrius Andrade. Let's continue.
I'm fighting tough prospects or tough, guys that want to make something of themselves. But do you get the credit that would you get if you beat a Billy Joe, Triple G, or Charlo, these type of guys? And so that's what I'm looking for. I've been in this game for a very long time now, and so now it's that time, and the window is closing for all the elite guys. There's not too many guys out there that people want to see us in the ring with anymore.
This dude just said I'm fighting tough prospects and tough guys that's really trying to do something with themselves. He just pretty much told us what his resume is full of. Tough prospects and tough guys that's trying to do something with themselves. That's it. He just explained no top-level fighters on there. Thank you, Demetrius Andrade. He exposes himself so much. But thank you, sir. And he shall end with.
It's good to see you. God bless. I hope everything is well. And hopefully I can see you when it's time for me to tune up Billy Joe.
And there we are. Tune up Billy Joe Saunders. Tune him up. And that's the thing, Demetrius Andrade. Tune up Billy Joe Saunders. If he's a tune-up, exercise that WBO exclusion, sir.
Canelo, he had a good performance,
A good performance. A good performance. That's right, Demetrius Andrade. He had a good performance. A very good performance. And he'll have one against you if you get in that ring with him. And y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports. Let's talk about it. Peace.
Block, the shot, pull up to the block and you can shot. What's your line? Watch out, cause the cops high. We shoot a shot if you see the eye. You can't ball if you ain't got no hustle.